Immigration is not the problem in America, meaning this detention center and the $450 million a year that is estimated to keep it open is a solution to a non-problem. It's Tammany Hall stuff. It is yet another rich person who's going to get to control your life by taking your money, by leeching off your labor. Ultimately, that is what it comes down to every single time. Hey, gang, there is something you can do about it. Sign up for the general strike. It's not a coincidence that I've had those folks on. It's not a coincidence, by the way, that Matt Strackbine, the letter hack, has been talking about needing an avenue outside of politics to strike at these people, because we have a corrupt political system. We have a bought political system. We cannot simply rely on others, particularly when it's our labor. It's our very labor that makes all this happen. You can withhold your labor. And if you do so in an organized way, you are going to be more effective. If you're not already in a union of some sort, join one. If they exist in the industry you work, join a union so that you can organize your labor. But join the General Strike US as well. I will talk about them probably every time I'm on air until Trump is buried. Because that must be. There must be retaliation that U.S. citizens can actually level against our corrupt government. And I see nothing better than, in an organized manner, withholding our labor. Speaking of, there's an affiliate of them, La Cultura, son of a gun. La Cultura del Mundo. Doing La Marcha de Puebla as well on August 1st. We're going to talk about that more in a moment. One second. Oh, no, thank you, just yet. We're going to talk about that in a moment. It's all good, Nick. They're not the same thing as General Strike US. And I feel I should not have implied that the last time they were on. It's basically a children's crusade. It's what must happen when the adults fail to secure justice on behalf of children in the United States. The children themselves, the crazy, brave children, our moral superiors, these children, stand up for justice. They are able to see the effectiveness of withholding our labor from this capitalist system. And they are asking us, in the easiest possible ways, to participate. They're asking us to side with them. I believe we must. I want to announce something I'm going to be doing that I'd like to invite all of you to participate in. I'm going to announce it again after we see this video by my personal hero, Cesar Vasquez. But I want to tell you right now, on August the 1st, I want you to have a party. I want you to throw a house party, an apartment party, or whatever the hell party. Throw a party on August 1st. August 1st is a Friday. Take the day off work. If you have a boss who's not going to understand, that's fine. Just call in sick. Invite as many of your coworkers as you trust. Invite your friends. You are being asked to sacrifice so little. In fact, you're being asked to do something that ought to be pretty darn fun. Wouldn't you rather not go to work the Friday after this one? Wouldn't you rather take a long weekend on August 1st? Man, previous generations had to get their asses whipped in the streets. They had to get torn up by German shepherds and sprayed with fire hoses in the pursuit of justice. All we're asking you to do is take a day off work, my God. Do it. August 1st. I'll be streaming all day. It's the Wicked Cookout. Part of La Cultura, son of a gun, Cesar. Part of La Cultura del Mundo and the Heroes Not Villains March. There's going to be events throughout that day all over the country, but in 2 weeks, we can't all set up an individual protest. And I don't expect you to be able to. I don't expect you to get permits. I don't expect you to put out a massive bulletin somewhere. But I do expect you to participate. Because now I know you know what's going on. You and I learned together that this sweet fellow who you're about to see speaking is 17 years old. And he must spend his nights walking around his neighborhood to make sure, unarmed by the way, to make sure that men with guns don't kidnap his mother. That's what he has to do. Now, knowing he's out there doing that, don't you tell me you can't take August the 1st off of work. Yes, you can. Yes, you must. And if you are a decent human being, I will see you August 1st. Now, we do exist in a capitalist system. Some of us, if we start working, will perish. Or if we stop working, we'll perish. Some of us, if we take a day off of work, have loved ones who will perish. If that is truly who you are, not who you're pretending to be so you don't have to have one uncomfortable conversation. But if that is truly who you are, that's okay. Go to your friend's party. Bring some cups. Just go to your friend's party after work. Bring a soda pop. Bring potato chips. Show up after work, but bring something to contribute and still make the appearance. Even if it has to be after work, make an appearance and contribute something. And understand that we are training for the larger strike. August 1st is our first show of Workforce. We were accidentally activated during the pandemic when they let slip how badly they need us. We got Donald Trump to write the people of America checks directly. That's how badly they need us. August 1st, we are going to join as many of us as possible in the Wicked Cookout, part of the Heroes Not Villains March. Here is one of my heroes talking about why.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mi nombre es Cesar Vasquez, and I am not exhausted. I'm organizing a national movement to rewrite the narrative about immigrants, to retell the story that's been told and bound into the history books. I am in the process of tearing up these books and rewriting the pages to tell the truth about the actual people who keep this country running. It is finally time to rewrite the pages that influence all future generations so that one day my kids can open a history book and see that their people, our people, are finally being represented in a way that doesn't shape them as the villains. but rather it shows them as the heroes. When we think of heroes, we think of Superman, Spider-Man, and Captain America, right? I used to too. I had this Marvel poster right next to my bed, and I fell asleep looking at it every night. Growing up, I thought they were the heroes. Superman showing us to be all powerful, but to never forget who we are serving. Spider-Man is always kind, genuine, and helpful to all those who need help no matter the circumstances. Captain America proudly wearing the American flag, showing us what the American dream was. The poor small kid becoming a strong, powerful citizen meant to support the people. One day, though, 5 years ago, I went to my first community meeting and I realized the heroes did, in fact, wear capes. They did cover their identity and they were all powerful. Except those heroes weren't Superman, Spider-Man, or Captain America. Those heroes were the people that got up every day knowing they were serving the people of the country that looked down upon them. One day I realized that the true heroes were the indigenous community. The true heroes were the people that the system called immigrants. One day I woke up and realized the true heroes weren't on the poster on my wall or the people in the comics or the movies. The true heroes were the people sleeping in the living room because they decided to give my three sisters and I the room instead. The true heroes were the people who gave it their all to give others a better life. I've given more speeches in the past 5 years than I can remember, speaking about issues that affect our community, dedicating every speech to a certain cause, whether that be fighting for women's rights, advocating against gun violence, attending school board meetings to try to change the education system, fighting to protect the land that cares for us, and ensuring that field workers are taken care of. But today, this speech is not dedicated towards a cause, but dedicated towards the people. This speech is dedicated to all 11 immigrants in the United States. This speech is dedicated to the economic refugees that are the heroes. This speech is dedicated to the unseen, unheard, unprotected, and targeted people across the United States, across the world. I'd like to do that today by sharing the story of my hero, my mom. Before we continue, my mom just showed up. Angélica, mom, ma, ¿puedes venir a frente? Let's see. My mom's going to be coming up here. This was not planned. That's my mom. There we go. She just decided to be fashionably late. This speech is written for her, so it's important she hears it. Yeah. We'll figure it out in a second. Don't worry. I'll continue. Okay, let me continue. This speech is dedicated to the economic refugees that are the heroes. This speech is dedicated to the unseen, unheard, unprotected, and targeted people across the United States, across the world. I'd like to do that today by sharing the story of my hero, my mom. Approximately 9,855 days ago, my mom crossed the border. My mom walked through the desert to get to this country. 9,855 days ago, my mom saw her mom for the last time. 9,855 days ago, my grandma refused to hug my mom out of pain for leaving. But my mom knew she had to leave to give them a better life. My mom came into this country at 16 years old. She came into this country looking for a better life. At 16, most kids are barely learning to drive. They're learning algebra in school, figuring out what clothes to wear to fit the current style. They are worrying about their crush and what's for lunch. My mom didn't even have the choice to worry about that. I recently got interviewed, and a comment on the video said something along the lines of, "I'm sorry you can't act like a 17-year-old degenerate." My first thought was, I can't because I have to ensure every other 17-year-old can. My mom never had the choice to worry about being a degenerate. She couldn't worry about learning to drive because she had to learn how to navigate a system built to push her down. She couldn't worry about learning math because she had to focus on where she was going to find work. She didn't worry about what the current style was because she could only worry about getting clothes to begin with. She couldn't worry about anything except for getting up to work every day to ensure that she had enough to survive. When she had my sisters and I, she had to worry about ensuring we were fed, ensuring we had clothes on our back, ensuring we signed up for school and were getting our education. The whole time, though, she was buying clothes for us from Walmart. At the same time, she was at Goodwill shopping for her clothes. When we were eating, she was waiting for us to finish so she could have the leftovers. While we were at school, she was working, dreaming about the school she would have gone to in another lifetime. She spent the past 30 years exhausted, which is why I can be exhausted. I am awake every day at 4 patrolling to ensure La Migra isn't kidnapping her. I spend all day fighting for her to finally live. I sleep later than her, wake up the same time as her, but God, I will never say I'm exhausted again because she has spent every day giving me the ability to defend her. 9,855 days ago, my mom gave it her all to give her parents a better life. For the past 1,826 days, I've spent every waking second ensuring that my mom finally gets the life that she deserved to live as a 16-year-old daughter crossing the border for a better life. Every day I fight so that no 16-year-old anywhere in the world has to give up their right to be a child. Heroes are wearing capes, except they aren't worn on their backs. They are on their heads to protect them from the heat. They are covering their identities, but it's so that La Migra doesn't take them back to a war zone. They are all powerful because somehow they can spend 8 hours a day bent over in the burning sun and are still all powerful at the end of the day. You see, the true heroes are always kind, always providing meals and support to those coming from their home country, even though they can barely have enough to eat. They aren't the American dream, though. We lost that a long time ago. The people keeping this country running aren't fighting for the American dream anymore. They are fighting to make their dream that they set at 16 years old a reality. There's a documentary called Which Way Home, which shares the stories of kids soaring across borders like the monarch butterflies every day. Every day I ask myself, which way is home? For me, my mom, for all economic refugees. America lost its dream. It has become what all immigrants run from. Now, the only thing we can chase is our dream of what a perfect world looks like. Not the American dream, but the people's dream. A world where there are no imaginary lines on the dirt that divide the people. Where there is no skin color that makes someone less human. Where there is no leader to tell anyone that they do not deserve to be listened to. Every single one of you has the chance to fight for the people's dream. So do that. Don't fight for the economic refugees. Fight so that one day there is no need for a term like immigrants. Fight so that one day your kids only have to worry about being a 16-year-old degenerate child. The heroes aren't in the comics. They are right next to you. The heroes are the doctors, lawyers, field workers, truck drivers, gardeners, professors, and the people chasing the people's dream. We are living in a time where the dream my mom set 9,855 days ago is at risk. We are living in a time where all dreams are becoming more and more distant. And the only way we can soar like the heroes before us is for all of us to support each other, for all of us to come together as people. There is no time for you to worry about what your friends might think. There is no time for you to worry about losing your job. There is no time for you to worry about your ego. There is no time for anything at all other than to act and to heal. Because if you don't act right now, there will be no more time for any dreamer anywhere, no matter where you come from. We are at a turning point in history. We are in a season where we must hold on to hope and to each other. We are in a season of change, and you all have the power to be the change. So be the change. So that one day, my mom's dreams, so one day, the dreams my mom set to fulfill 9,855 days ago are no longer dreams, but a reality. Show her that she is a hero. So join me on August 1st as we show the world who the real heroes are. Thank you.
He's not asking for a hell of a lot out of us. He's asking for us to take the day off. You don't even have to convince your boss of the righteousness of this cause. You don't have to say anything other than, on August 1st, I'm taking a personal day. If they ask you why, and you're not comfortable saying why, you just say, it's something I feel I must do. In fact, don't even say I feel. It's something I must do. That's all you have to do. How many childhoods are we going to let get stolen? If you find yourself hesitating, if you have a particularly terrible boss, ask yourself, am I going to let my fear of this person's horrible opinions, if my boss is so evil that they would fire me for taking one day off, one specific day off, am I going to let my fear of that make me complicit in this evil? Look in the mirror and ask yourself that. And understand you are today who you will remember being for the rest of your life. We don't have the luxury of getting to decide when it's time to be a hero. That is decided for us, and you will find out if you are or are not based upon how you act in that moment. You're being asked to do something very easy this time around. I don't want to make it seem like it's nothing. By comparison to what Cesar has to do, it is. By comparison to facing down armed bounty hunters, masked men with assault rifles, and you're an unarmed 17-year-old, yes, it's nothing. What we're going to do. But it's not it's not genuinely nothing. It is awkward. You might have coworkers who don't understand, who won't understand, who refuse to understand. You might have those things to deal with. But when you are questioning whether or not you can, if you have the personal strength to do something as simple as request a personal day, in fact, just inform them that you're taking a personal day on August 1st. Ask yourself how many childhoods will be stolen. Cesar's mother didn't get a childhood. She saw her mother for the last time at the age of 16 when she came here to give her son a better life, to give her family a better life. At the age of 16, her childhood ended because of the conditions we allowed, because of the cruelty for the last 9,000 days that you and I have permitted in our country. She didn't get the rest of her childhood. Cesar, he's been out here doing this since he was 12 years old. 12. He lost that part of his childhood. How many more childhoods are going to get stolen? August 1st, take the day off work. Tell your boss now. Go to your friends. Tell them to do the same. Invite them to your party. Tell them why you are having a party. And say, friendo, even if you don't believe me now, please just take the day off work. We will have a fun day. It's mostly just going to be a party. But you should hear why. You should understand what is happening.
Watch this